Hey guys, it's me, Minute Big Jack 24 here, and today, as you can see, I was a bit surprised an, by a video that appeared from Rainmaker, which did not give me any alert for a premiere coming out soon, because usually there's like one that's usually spread across that would usually tell me about it, partially on on Rain's official Discord server and on YouTube. But since I didn't get any, yeah, so this was a bit of a surprise. Also, I would want to say before I start that any background noise you hear, it's partially due to, well, a lot of people moving out this week, so, and also a lot of people are still prepping for their finals, so I would still be quite on the low. Although I will say that, although I am prepping for my finals, it's just that for now, I thought might as well get the video portion out of the way and sooner. And without further ado, this is one of the most, well, in my opinion, the most weighted portion for a Rainmaker series, which is his first non-stop all dialogue episode, which, to be honest, I've been waiting for a long time. Don't get me wrong, I love the music episodes. I do, but at the same time, I also feel like his story does need some more dialogue at points. Without further ado, all the copyright belongs to Rainmaker, and let's get started. I just want to make sure that y'all are able to hear it and see it, as I know sometimes I forget to do that because my computer readjusts its brightness at times. And let's begin.
Abigail, how are you alive?
No.
That's a good question.
This can't be. This must be another illusion. How are you alive? I saw you die on that bridge.
Illusion?
That's a good point. Although he technically didn't die.
What are you talking about? Was that the last thing you remember? I put you to rest when the Nether Star possessed you.
I don't really know, but apparently Cain here claims responsibility for my resurrection.
What?
Everyone calm down and put your weapons away. None of us are enemies, I can explain.
Well, then start talking, Cain.
Yep. Start talking again, Mr. Custon. For those that don't know, Custon Howard is the voice actor of Cain, so yeah. This has been highly anticipated, although, damn, this portion's not going to be the most longest out of the bunch.
You were working with the Nether Princess this whole time?
Look, it's a little complicated, but you have to trust me.
The Netherbane was founded on the idea that we fight against the Nether. And you're conspiring with them?
Just whose side are you on, really?
Wait, you guys met before? Are there other things you're not telling us?
Everyone, relax and let me finish! We're all on the same side here, fighting against a common foe, the Nether Empire.
Then what exactly are we to you? Mere pawns to your grand scheme? You think you're some kind of puppet master?
Why can't Cain just be honest with everyone and save himself the headache? Is he stupid?
Ow! Can you stop doing that?
No. The gag is too much.
Listen, everyone. It's partly my fault that I hid my plans for so long. Y'all deserve to know the truth. I'll explain everything. From the top.
Ah. Damn it, why do I now get the ads? No. Sorry about that. Let me just move back here.
I'll explain everything. From the top.
And I have a feeling that's where we're going to be picking up in episode 4. Or from any of the various jump points from here.
Who are you? And how did you find this place?
Lower the weapon and let's talk this out.
Oh, Vanessa's got a good voice. First time we hear Vanessa's voice.
I'm not your enemy.
You are not in a position to negotiate.
Ha! My salvation is here. You thought these shackles could hold me forever?
Hogsworth, don't.
You're mistaken. I do not work for the Empire.
Wait, what? Then why are you freeing me from this dungeon?
What? You just freed an Imperial general, yet you claim you don't work for the Empire. That doesn't add up.
I wouldn't exactly say he's free. Look, I will say this as briefly as I can. There is a looming rebellion in the Nether Kingdom. A certain faction wants to deliver justice against General Hogsworth. They will prove to be a worthy ally for all of us if we gain their trust.
What are you talking about? The Nether Kingdom.
Wait, let me see.
Against General.
Ooh. Now, this would be interesting. Judging by the purple eye, one's partially Nether, Ender, so that should be good. But, wait, another looming faction? How many factions are there in what do you call it, in the Nether are there? I know Rainmaker's exploring that with a new prequel series about how Naeus came into power when he was younger, but this should be fun. I know a good chunk of these are cursed.
They will prove to be a worthy ally for all of us if we gain their trust.
What are you talking about? The Nether King sent the Wither Angels to attack us. It seems to me that they're only uniting more and more. Your claim contradicts what we've personally witnessed.
Because you haven't seen all of it. I can't explain any further. You just have to trust me. Farewell. Don't do something you'll regret.
Oof.
Sorry, but you brought that upon yourself.
I mean, Vanessa's not wrong.
I hope you remember that I'm your ally. I trust that next time we meet will not be with weapons drawn against each other. Goodbye. For now.
Aw, she was so polite.
And that's everything. I hope you're now all caught up with my plans.
Damn. I guess we kind of saw a bit of it.
I guess that sounds reasonable enough, but I still can't comprehend everything at the moment.
There didn't seem to be any ill intentions. Was it necessary to hide it from all of us?
I wasn't sure you'd trust each other.
Fair enough. Considering Ciara and Abigail, oh boy. This time they saw each other. Well, one, Abigail killed her, and two, Ciara was trying to kill Abigail, so...
You mentioned previously that it was too soon for me to be back. Why?
I'm not yet finished with bringing the rebel kingdoms together.
Still, wouldn't reviving me earlier help unite them quicker?
News of your return will spread very fast and reach the Nether King within a few days. I wanted everything to be ready in case Imperial forces attempted to shut down the rebellion.
What now, then?
There are potential allies across the realms. My hired hands are already reaching out to them as we speak, but they won't be able to do everything on their own.
Aww. He's pretending to be knocked out?
Next step would be to head to the Illager town to acquire allies in the overworld.
Oh, look, a villager there. So it doesn't seem like too bad. No, Anna away. No. Also, I will say that since the Klaus is now out of the picture in the Illager town, so I guess that it's probably a free picking for alignment.
I'll provide more details soon.
What about us? Can't we join your quest?
Yeah, what do we do next?
You two will return to the overworld and continue studying the End crystals and the powers they can give you.
Oh, no Strun still in Lance. He's still angry that he got turned into Gorth. By that's the Ender Frog. Frog that was named that via Rain's Discord server. It's quite funny. And still staring at that Ender crystal. But Nostra and Stella are still there.
You need to unlock your true Ender chosen potential to stand a chance against the Nether King.
What? No way. The war rages on and you'll be leaving me at the comfort of the tavern studying magic?
We got this covered. I'll advise you what to do after. Just go!
But
Come on, let's go, Dragon Tamer.
But let me still bring this back a little bit. So it was confirmed on Rain's Discord server that Ender magic / arcane magic is powerful enough to still slice through anything, and even it can even go through netherite. So this could still solve a pretty big issue. And I wouldn't be surprised if this would eventually come into play.
To stand a chance against the Nether King.
Yep. And also, I would want to mention that Kane's worried that the Nether Princess's Abigail's revival would spread across the Empire quickly is also valid, considering that, yeah, it's not exactly, what do you call it? It's not exactly going to be non-gossip.
what? No way. The war rages on and you'll be leaving me at the comfort of the tavern studying magic?
We got this covered. I'll advise you what to do after. Just go!
But
Come on, let's go, Dragon Tamer.
Oof. As much as I'd like to agree with them, which they are valid in saying that, it's like, at the same time, it's like Rain is finally a bit at peace with, doing everything, and now he's got to leave behind an old friend that he's now seeing again, and now has to sit out a good chunk of the war. Like, I don't blame him. Like, he's been a part of the war since the very start. Well, I mean, for the overworld's portion of it, but, since we're still not sure how War of the Ender Kingdoms are going to turn out. Granted, we do know that Ceres will become the eventual monarch there, but we don't know what else would impact the story there. Anyways, but yeah, no, I do understand Rain's concern of having to sit out a good chunk of the war.
look, I don't know how to feel right now, but it seems fate keeps bringing us back together, no matter how far the world tries to tear us apart.
Likewise. I wish you two a safe journey.
Although, I know that Rain's trying to push for, alright, let me just state this. I know Rainmaker's trying to push more for Rain to be with Stella, but in my personal opinion, I think he should be with Abigail, since she's been there from the start. And personally, I'm not that good with ships, but they always seem to have a mutual respect, and plus both are quite powerful. And plus, both have a pretty good connection with one another, and what has seemed for a long while that they were potentially supposed to be a couple in the original season plans, but that obviously kept changing as, well, more and more seasons were added on, which that surprised even me that there was supposed to be only one season originally. But I'm glad it continued out. It's quite fun.
Hey, listen. I really want to fight by your side again, but I have to stick with my responsibilities as the...
Alright. Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame Ciara for this reaction, and I don't blame Rain.
chosen.
Yep.
After all of this is over, can we please catch up? There's so much I want to tell you about, like...
Hurry up, lover boy. We have unfinished business with the end crystals. Besides, I don't think your new girlfriend is gonna like you acting all lovey-dovey with your old flame.
Damn. Now that is just rude, Ciara. That is just rude. You can still be catching up with old, well, what do you call it? You can still be catching up with people that you used to love and still be friends with them while in a new relationship. So it's not like it's going to be purely that.
Take care.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I forgot to mention that Azura did get a voice actress change, which, although I should mention that during my prison breakout thing, it just kind of slipped my mind due to all of the different plot points going around.
You two, talk to that brute pigman over there.
I have a name, you know. You can call me Urgrak.
Ermac, yeah, whatever. Just go talk to him. He'll brief you on how to get to the Soul Sand Valley.
You got it, boss.
Ooh. No. Why? Ooh. Hold on. A sandbox MMO? Unfortunately, I didn't have RuneScape when I grew up. So as much as I would like to join the MMO plans in action, I unfortunately will not allow myself to go into. It's been far too long, and honestly, I never really got into it.
Whatever, just go talk to him. He'll brief you on how to get to the Soul Sand Valley.
Ooh.
You got
General Irem.
Yeah, Myram.
Osiphian.
Yeah, let's go.
And Lady Maya.
Yeah. Alright, so turns out that Lady Maya's actually becoming more and more of a prominent character from, obviously her redesign to, make her eyes a bit more, visible from being a background. She's become more prominent over various seasons, and, by that I mean the very end of season 3, when she was, starting to take on more and more of the overworld fights with the Nether. And no, this is still not the same one that lost the eye. I know it's hard to tell via the hair coverage, but no. She's kind of like Ceres in the sense of she has another eye, it's just that her hair kind of covers it.
I offer you my utmost gratitude for bolstering the castle's defenses.
Just doing our duty, my lord.
Yay. Alright, so, in case y'all can't tell, Reanimator himself voices Irem. Which is weird, since it's been a while since Rain has voiced a character, other besides Carlos, the Wither Skeleton General, that's Naeus's right-hand man, and of course, when he voiced Herobrine, so it's nice to hear Rain back into voice acting range.
However, this is no cause for celebration yet. The Nether King is back and more powerful than ever.
Agreed.
Fronts beyond the snow biomes are now at risk of being overwhelmed by Imperial forces.
Then it's
Yeah.
we seek new allies. We can't win this war on our own.
That's true.
How about an alliance with the tidal monarch of the Guardian's Landing?
Ooh, wait, hold on. Let me go back to... Ooh, Guardian's Landing? Yeah, that would honestly be a pretty good chunk. Although I don't know what these two flags are. I'll have to double check, but... worst case scenario is that they're now surrounded on a few fronts. But if they go with, see, the Netherbane territory is here, which they have one little side covered, granted with the amount of forces shown being plagued upon here, that's a bit too much. I know that the Illagers are, well, I mean, y'all won't be able to see it from this angle of the map, but are, down there, down further past there. So it could be a chance for the Frostbourne to also join into the fight as well. So that way they at least have their southern west is that east or west? Yeah, where they have their southern western front covered and can heavily focus on this front. Although it does seem like that there's a few undead areas that are still around, but doesn't seem to be too bad. But could be way worse. For those that don't know, Glacier Fort is where originally a large chunk of the, large chunk of season 1 was largely about, and that was Rain and Abigail's first home. And let's see, Great Ice Wall. Oh, that's where the end of season 1 took place. Floating Isles, beginning of season 2. Ooh, Lance's castle is there, and as the more details for the Rain's world map has just been released here, so sorry, I'm just part 2 there. So the Wither Forest is there, Guardian Landing, Swamp, Meadows. Yeah, no, I'm still trying to figure out where a good chunk are there.
Being overwhelmed by Imperial forces.
Ooh.
It's time we seek...
Alright. So yeah, Elders are there, along with some more of the... I believe those are the Undead Drowned, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it should be quite interesting. Yeah, sorry for talking over. I'm just trying to figure out kind of how screwed the overworld is at the current moment.
The snow biomes are now at risk of being overwhelmed by Imperial forces.
Then it's time we seek new allies. We can't win this war on our own.
How about an alliance with the tidal monarch of the Guardian's Landing?
Ooh, yeah. And plus, we get to hear the villagers come in. And boy, this should be fun. Rain, if you do get the villagers in, please have them all be voiced by Element Dan. I would love that. Although it's going to be heavily impractical, we've seen he can carry an entire series of villagers on his back by doing that voice for all of them. So I would really, really love that if you were able to have that happen. Considering you had him voice one of the villagers in the Saltborn.
They've had an encounter with the Wither Angels.
Oh, so that is a part of it.
Their angels stealing the end crystal is like losing a museum artifact. It's not a concern to them. And they're already currently at war with the Drowned.
Oh, yeah, that does make sense. There are the Drowned still.
Bigger fish to fry. Literally.
How about seeking help from the desert factions of the Barren Frontier? Or the Illagers?
The Illagers? Are you suggesting we work with criminals?
My lord.
Alright. Not to play devil's advocate. Weren't you the one that originally suggested for the criminals to help you out and goodbye when Wittery Azura was trying to talk you out of it? granted, those were mainly more bandits and mercenaries, so it was more of like, yeah. And plus, Flint is now currently majorly on your side since the loss of Daryl. Since at least they kind of understood what was at risk, so yeah, I guess I can make a few points there, but yeah, no, the Drowned are still making their invasion, so I guess that's the Drowned flag there, but I mean, having some potentially of any of the spare soldiers from, damn it, I forget what they're called, but from the Crown Monarchs, they could definitely use any spare hands that they can get.
Rude. But you regularly employ bandits in battle, no?
Yep. Brought up the point. I was about to say this.
They're small-time lawbreakers. Easy to control for the right price.
That's true.
Illagers, though? They're a huge crime syndicate. That's...
Yeah. Wait, let me take a look.
Easy to control for the right...
I mean, as much as I would like to disagree with Patrick's logic, he's not wrong, and also I do think Daryl, out of all of them, was probably the most closest to Patrick. Patrick out of the bunch.
Price. Illagers, though?
And yeah, here's Maya and Flint. As you can see, she still has an eye. Which is not the person who lost the eye, but now it seems like Flint's more in charge of trying to make sure, they all kind of don't die, and also I feel like he's fully more into the cause of trying to, save the overworld, considering he's not going to really benefit much from a nether oppressed overworld. Neither are you, Maya. Maya?
They're a huge crime syndicate.
Is that supposed to be Klaus? No, Klaus is dead, so some newer models. Should be interesting to see this. See this fully played out. Ooh, hold on, a female villager? I knew that there was a female villager before, but this should be actually kind of fun to see how many of these routes go upon.
That spans beyond continents, and I don't...
Wait, more? Oh. We were just looking at the main continent. I forgot that there was other continents, as I know Nostra's from one of the other continents, but... Damn. Now, that is one large crime syndicate, if you do ask me. But, honestly, trying to figure out an alliance with a crime syndicate may ultimately bite them in the rear later. So I don't blame Patrick's concern about that, considering this new part about how the pillagers have a whole entire syndicate empire that's really huge. Granted, it would help them in the moment, but what would happen once the war's over?
We can afford them at all.
Fair enough. What about the desert factions then?
They're still recovering from recent attacks by the undead lords, who now seem to be working for the Nether King.
Ooh. Yeah. I mean, I know that some of the desert bandits are definitely going to be playing a factor later.
The desert factions then.
They're still...
Which, yeah, although we've been primarily seeing the Frostbourne's perspective on a lot of this, there's still a lot of other human factions in the overworld, but yeah, it does seem like that they are mainly in the stage of trying to rebuild and recover from a lot of the losses that they faced.
Recovering from recent attacks by the undead lords, who now seem to be working for the Nether King.
Well, at least no longer, what's her name? This is gonna annoy me, but it's the person that That was one of the undead lords that was attacking Rain, Nostra, and Stella, and preached to the choir. I'm forgetting her name.
General Iram, I've briefed you about this before, and I believe I've given you everything you need to deal with them.
With haste, my lord. I will prepare my squadron to deal with the situation. We will march by the next sunrise.
Looks like all of our potential allies are either fighting their own war, untrustworthy, or currently being overrun by the undead.
Oh, so these are the desert areas. I believe.
Threat that we thought we already eradicated.
Sorry to interrupt, my good sirs and ladies, but Hawksworth is broken out of the dungeon! What?
Uh-oh.
Also, Lady Azura has been found amongst the knocked out prison guards.
Oh no. Is she... I mean...
Oh boy, you have to keep a calm head. For those that don't know, one of the main canon relationships in Reanimator's series is Patrick dating Azura. So, he is extremely concerned about her, and he's got to play his cards right to not, emotionally outburst, because he knows that he's got to keep a cool head in this time.
You okay?
Yes, my lord. We've sent medics to take care of them, but she insisted on speaking with you immediately. There's something of great concern you should know about.
So many problems happening at once.
Yep.
Oh, my lord.
Let's go check out what happened in the dungeon. We'll continue our discussion there.
Wait. Ooh, hold on a sec. Why is there more MMO ads? I'm sorry, guys, but I never play MMOs. And as much as I would like to. Wait a sec. Yeah, alright, this is the Soul Sand Valley. Aw. For a brief moment, due to the Enderstone, I thought that this would be the end, but no. Oh, that's right, my bad. I forgot I had it a bit muted due to that.
The Soul Sand Servitors, huh? Weren't they wiped out by the first Nether King? How?
Oh. I mean, that is a good point, but I guess we'll see more in Reanimator's series.
They're back.
Unlike us, skeletons are basically immortal. Those who aren't severely damaged can easily be rebuilt over and over.
That's true.
I've heard that one of their champions lost its head. The necromancers found him and rebuilt him.
Oh. So that's how Nia survived being decapitated. Oh.
Ruling them ever since.
Huh. Then why didn't they try to seek revenge after several hundred years?
They only fight defensively. King Tuskar only wanted them gone because those who didn't submit to the crown were seen as threats to unification.
Yep. That makes sense, and there's a young Nis. And I'm sorry, Mammon, but as much as you were a good designed character of a species we haven't seen before, you had to go. I'm sorry.
His son, Prince Duma, and the...
Oh. Such a terrifying lineup, especially when Naeus is in the background, considering that he was there since the start. And yeah, so Dumar, then one of the
monarchs who followed after didn't bother dealing with them ever again.
I mean, I guess that's fair, so it leads up to one of the, I believe this was Beelzebub Christopher. I'm just going off from the top of my head of the wiki, and then this character, then it leads into the mother of King Gordon, who's here, who's actually got a pretty nice redesign.
Giving them a chance to rebuild.
Then how can we convince them to fight for us if they've been on the defensive for hundreds of years?
Beats me. We'll just have to see what they've been up to this entire time. Hopefully we'll keep our hides at the end of this.
Interlopers! State your business.
Hopefully we'll keep our hides at the end of this.
Interlopers!
Let me just check. I don't know. I don't know what they said.
Interlopers!
Yeah, no, I don't know what they said.
Your business.
Whoa! Calm down, buddy. We arrive as envoys of the Nether Princess.
Nether Princess? Eh? These two are Imperial scum! Ha-ha! Arise, my comrades!
Wait, no. I swear we come in peace. The Nether Princess is rebelling against the Empire. We've been sent as envoys to look for allies for her cause. You have to believe me.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
There's no magma.
Doesn't respond to my powers.
What? Are we cooked?
Since considering they're running at you at the pace of the knight from Monty Python, honestly, I forget which knight in particular. I'm sorry, I can't remember names off the top of my head.
Halt! I have been expecting you.
Oh. So, I guess we figured out what part other besides the soul sand plays a factor. Ooh. Alright, so I guess Lance has been here for sure. For sure, since it was stated in some of the Reanimator wiki that Lance did create the Wardens, so this is not too surprising. Aw, that was good. Anyways, I'll read out all the voice actors because honestly I can't thank enough for the animation crew plus Reanimator for doing this, and also I would want to show my respect to all that worked on this, considering this was amazing. Alright, so currently I'm just placing this up just to be here. Alright, so first we have Reanimator. Well, Rain Ender chosen as played by Chris Jennings. Abigail Unburnt by Amelia Matter. Gained by Keston Howard, as I mentioned before. Ciara by Aaron Rozioli. I'm sorry if I butchered that last name, I'm sorry. Then we had Dorkel the Hoarder, played by Eric Sheffield. I believe I said that correctly, I'm sorry if I didn't. Then we have Baitor Basilakar, which is done by Justin Greenay. I believe I said that correctly. Then we have Vanessa Christopher, which was played by... Ooh boy, now this is going to be a challenge on me. On Viexa Henna. And then we have... I'm sorry, once again, if I mispronounced it. I'm not good with both stage names and stuff. However, I did know Lady Azura did get a new voice actress, so this should be Erin Kress is now Lady Azura, which is sad since they had to get rid of one of Amelia Matter's characters, although I feel like it would be nice. And then we have Hogsworth by Old Chad Roman, then Ugorok, the Deserter, who's the... Give me a sec. Who's this guy? Actually, no, he's this guy here, since y'all can see this a bit better. And then there's Ward Patrick, who's played by This Is Chris 09. Then Hilda the Shield Maiden by Lizzie Hoff. Then Eric and Evan, who I don't know which is which, is done by Tigor. I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher this, so yeah, I'm sorry. Then we have Siphon, the Marksman, who's done by X Elite, X Crafters X. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Then, as mentioned before, we have, well, Iram being played by Reanimator. That I did know going in. Then we have Maya Terrifier. That's actually a good last name. Name played by Countess Nat. Then Prison Guard, once again by Tycho Lord. Once again, sorry if I mispronounce that. And then Solemnus, played by... Oh boy, this is going to be a heavy thing to pronounce. Uno Maikier? I believe I said that correctly. I'm not sure how to pronounce an R next to a K. Yeah, I'm sorry. But yeah, no. I'll play this out for the production team. Once again, thank y'all for doing this. For doing this, as it's really, quite honestly, a special treat that y'all dropped this. Especially on a stressful time, for me at least. And yeah, this honestly says that, yeah, we are good to go for the next couple of episodes. But man, honestly, as I'm just noticing this comment here, but yeah, no, Rain did cook on this, as the kids say. And I'm so sad that I'm a part of Gen Z and I still don't know any of the modern slang. I'm from 05. So, how am I supposed to know how to do this? Yeah, but no, this should be quite fun. Fun with seeing how the story now gets to be expanded upon. Although this does raise concerns about how much that, how much the war is going to carry over into the overworld and how it goes on. But this should be quite fun. And yeah, it kind of now makes sense with how, how the story would play out. Although we know that Vanessa does carry off Hogsworth, although Hogsworth is obviously pretending to be knocked out. So hopefully that can go as planned and not as bad, but yeah, this should be quite fun in general. Honestly, I'll have a link, I usually have a link to the original video in the description. And plus, I'll see y'all in the next video. And Rain, please continue up the good work. This was amazing to see, and I hope that you have it out soon. Have more out soon. Anyways, I'll see y'all later. Goodbye.